Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Assalamu alaikum students. I hope you all are fine and doing well. Today is our second lecture and it is the continuation of unit 6. I used to be used to it. So in this lecture we are going to cover grammar exercises, the right activities of unit 6 and review of chapter 5 or unit 5. So open your book on page number 48. Okay, in this page we have exercises of grammar portion, use of used to and used to. So we have exercise A, B and C. In exercise A we have to change the highlighted words with the new words. So look at the first one. The settlers used to milk their calves every morning. So here we have the words milk their calves every morning. These are the highlighted words. So we have to change these words with the new words. So the new words are the settlers used to grow their own food. The settlers used to grow their own food. Okay, second is Evan is used to taking care of his younger brother. So here we have the words taking care of his younger brothers. These are the highlighted words, so we have to change these words with the new words. So Evan is used to being the oldest. Okay, now come to exercise B. Read the sentence in the past tense and change it to a sentence using used to. Okay, we have the sentence in the past tense, so we have to change these sentences by using used to. The first one is my aunt played the violin. So look at this sentence. This sentence is in the past tense. We have to change this sentence. My aunt played the violin. So my aunt used to play the violin. My aunt used to play the violin. Then the second one. Raquel went to school there. Raquel went to school there. So this is also in the past tense. So we have to change this by using used to. So Raquel used to go to school there. Okay, look at the third one. In the third sentence we have they visited us in the summer. They visited us in the summer. So we have to change this sentence by using used to. So they used to visit us in the summer. They used to visit us in the summer. Okay, look at exercise C. After reading the following sentences, write about the person is used to doing. Okay, after reading these sentences, we have to write the doing of the person. Okay, look at the first one. I study science every day. It means that I am used to studying science. I am used to studying science. Okay, then the second one, the teacher corrects paper almost all the time. It means that the teacher is used to correcting papers. Okay, now we have the third one. My friend eats fish twice a week. My friend eats fish twice a week. It means that my friend is used to eating fish. My friend is used to eating fish. Okay, now come to page number 49. In 49 we have the writing portion and today is the writing about history. So we have an example. We have the history of the town. Okay, my town as it used to be. My town is about as old as a town in this area can be. It was one of the first 13 colonies built when the people from Europe moved to America. It used to be a town called Jamestown, but as America grew, it became the state of Virginia. The people of Jamestown used to live very differently from the way people in Virginia live today. Years ago, people in town were used to living without electricity. People used candles to light their homes at night and cooking was done over a campfire. When people first arrived in Jamestown, they didn't know the best farming method for the area. They had very little to survive. They had to work very hard. The Native Americans helped them farm, hunt, and live. Many colonies did survive and they continued developing the colony. They became familiar with many things about the area and their farms became successful. They were very grateful to the Native Americans for their help and they invited the natives to a large meal in celebration of their harvest. So, this is all about the history of the city. So, this is an example about history and writing about history. There are rules, there are many ways to write about history. So, the first is you have to use WH questions. It means that you have used who, what, when, where, how, and why. So, these are the important questions you have to keep in mind writing about the history. Then you have to organize the information in the chronological order. It means that you have to look the time period and you have to organize the information in that order. Then you have to be sure about your research that it is complete and you have to know more about that you will write. So this is all about the writing history. It means that when you are writing about history you have to use different WH questions and you have to organize your information into chronological order. Chronological order means you have to look the time, in which time does it happen, and you have to look the order of the time and you have to be sure about the research that you have done, and you have to know more about what you will write. So now we have an exercise A and B and C. In exercise A, we have to read about Jamestown and answer the question. Number 1. How did the people of Jamestown live differently to how we live today? The people of Jamestown were used to living without electricity. It means that we are living differently and Jamestown people lived differently because they have no light or no use of electricity and other methods of cooking and internet system. So nowadays we have our electricity and all our best system. Okay, second one. What did Virginia used to be called? Virginia is used to be called as Jamestown. Okay, now exercise C and B and C. In B, you have to collect information about the history of your city or your town or your village. So you have to do this by your own because this is your classwork. You have to collect information about the history of your town in which you are living. So and you have to write in exercise C, you have to write this information into your copy by using used to. Okay, now come to page number 50. Write activities. Write activities of unit 6. Exercise A. Divide the vocabulary words into the group below. A noun is a person, place, things, or idea. An adjective tell us what kind, which one, or how many about a noun. And an adverb is a word that describe the verb or adjective. So we have different vocabulary words in a group. Then we have to divide these vocabulary words into noun, adjective, and adverb. So as you know that noun is the name of a person, place, thing, or an idea, and an adjective tells us what kind, which one, or how many about a noun, and an adverb is a word that describes the verb or adjective. So you have to divide these vocabulary words into noun, adjective, and adverb. We have entertaining, summer school, talented, proud, success, celebration, perfectly, lesson, flawless, and familiar. So first we have noun. Nouns are four, total four in number. So the first one is summer school, which is noun. Then the second is success, it is also a noun. Then celebration, it is also a noun. And then lesson. So these four are noun. And then we have an adjective: entertaining, talented, proud, flawless, and familiar. Then adverb: perfectly. So the first four nouns are summer school, success, celebration, and lesson. Then the adjectives are entertaining, talented, proud, flawless, and familiar. And the adverbs is perfectly. Okay, so now we have an exercise. We read and change the expression to make them correct. So we have the expression which are wrong. So you have to make them correct. Okay, the first one, that sure is nothing. This is wrong because the correct expression is that sure is something. That sure is something. Then to my loving, second one, to my loving, it is also wrong. To my liking. Then the third one, from the way, by the way. From the way means by the way. Then fourth one, talking of means speaking of. Then go behind means go ahead. So these are the correct expressions. So in this page, exercise C is not included in your syllabus, so you have to cross exercise C. Now come to page 51. In 51, we have exercise D and E. In exercise D, we have to look at two pictures. One shows the Battle of the Kulshino was like in 1610, and the other shows what 19th century battles were. Write three sentences for one, each one telling about what people used to do, wear, and carry in battles during the two different times. Discuss how the battle scene are alike and different. So look at the first picture. In the first picture, they ride on a horse, and they used to wear a turban, and they used to holding a curved sword as a weapon. So these are the scenes of 1610 battle war. And then the 19th century battle. In 19th century, they used to wear a war uniform, and they used to holding war tank, and they used guns as a weapon. So the difference is in their riding and wearing, and in their weapons. So this is the difference between 19th century battle and 1610 battle. Okay, now look at exercise E. What does each person do often? Look at the pictures and the tick or cross, then write a sentence to tell about it. Okay, look at the first one. First one is cross. It means that he isn't used to taking a picture. He isn't used to taking a picture. The second one is tick. It means that he is used to riding a bike. He is used to riding a bike. Then the third one, look at the third picture, which is all crossed. It means that he isn't used to riding a bike. Then the fourth one, in fourth one it is correct, it is true. It means that he is used to making meal. He is used to making meal. Okay. Now come to page 52. Review of chapter 5. Okay, put the vocabulary words into alphabetic order. And how many syllables does one have? We have bookworm, we have science fiction, we have suppose, bose, comedy, active, imagination, persuade, and opinion. So we have to put these vocabulary words into the alphabetic order, and we have to write the syllables. How many syllables are there in each word? So first one is active. In active we have two syllables. Active, active. Then second one is bookworm. In bookworm we have two syllables. Bookworm, bookworm. Then in the third one is boss. In boss we have one syllable. Boss. Then fourth one is comedy. In comedy we have three syllables. Comedy, comedy. 3 syllables. Then fifth one is imagination, and in imagination we have 5 syllables. Im im imagination, imagination, one G, 1, 2, ne, 3, and Asian 5. So we have 5 syllables. Imagination. So then we have sixth one, intended. Here we have 3 syllables. Intended. Then seventh one, opinion. In opinion we have 3 syllables. Opinion. Eighth one is persuade. Here we have 2 syllables. Persuade. Persuade. Then ninth one is suppose. Here we have 2 syllables. Suppose. Suppose. Then 10th is science fiction. Here we have 4 syllables. Science fiction. So these are exercises A. Exercise A. Then we have exercise B. Exercise B, we have to put the correct expression words in a correct order. The words in a correct order and make an vocabulary expression. The words in the basket needs to be put into the correct sentence in order to make the vocabulary expression. Use the words to make the six vocabulary expressions, then cross out the ones that are not needed. Okay, we have the vocabulary words. While I, after, see, taste, all, says, a, your guess, if, suits, yourself, suit, so, you, for, it. So by adding these words we have to make a correct vocabulary expression. So the first one is a while. Then second one is it suits your tastes. Third one is I guess. Fourth one is if you say so. Fifth one is after all, and sixth one is suit yourself. So these are the vocabulary expression. Now come to page 53. Here we have exercise C, D, and E. Exercise D is not included in your syllabus, so you have to cross exercise D. Then exercise C, the sentence are tagged incorrectly. You can fix the tag. Okay, these here we have the question tags which are tagged incorrectly. You have to fix the text. Okay, look at the first one. The bookworm doesn't like science fiction, would he? If we use doesn't, then we have to use does he. Okay, so the bookworm doesn't like science fiction, does he? Michael has a good imagination, can't he? If we use has, then we have to use hasn't in the question tag. I don't suppose she wants to come with us, could she? It is also wrong. So did she? That is your opinion, doesn't it? It is wrong. So that is your opinion, isn't it? Fifth one is your speech is going to persuade the student to vote for you. Won't it? Isn't it? So you have to change. First you have to write in the first blank you have to write does he. In the second hasn't he. Third did he. Fourth isn't it. And fifth also isn't it. Okay, now look at exercise E. In exercise E, we have to change the tag from negative or to positive, or from positive to negative. Make other necessary changes. Okay, the one is Shannon won't be home for dinner, will she? It is in the, we use here in the positive question tag, so we have to change this into negative question tag. Shannon will be home for dinner, won't she? Okay, the bear can't smell us from here, can it? The bear can smell us from here, can't it? The dress doesn't fit well, does it? The dress does fit well, doesn't it? Tom wouldn't come this far, would he? Tom would come this far, wouldn't he? So these are the expressions which are in negative, and we have to change in positive, and the positive we have to change it into negative. So this is all in this lecture. You have your classwork and your homework. Your classwork is you have to done all the activities in your class book, which we covered in this lecture. And your homework is you have to do page 33, 34 exercise A, B, C and D and E in your workbook. Okay, if you have any questions, or if you didn't understand the lesson, then you may call on the official number of the office. Official means official number of the school, and you may ask from your teacher. Okay, thank you.